Hello everyone, welcome back to Starkey Farmstead. Hi guys, it's Sam. Looks like I really stirred a hornet's nest with my fake Trump video. Guys, you are not going to want to turn this video off. I'm going to show you a connection between BlackRock and the shooter. We're going to talk about where he got the gun, how old he was, and that he had given money to a progressive Democrat-leaning think tank. Don't turn it off all the way to the end. Listen up, folks. Let me tell you something. I will never be bullied or coerced to follow a narrative, even a popular one, that I think is not healthy, okay? So let's begin with just this real quick. Casting down of imaginations. Guys, that's really important at this moment in our country's history. Because did you not know this was going to happen? I mean, you're a wise person, right? Like, did you not know they were going to attempt to kill him? They tried impeaching him. They had a trumped up felony trial. Then they tried to send him to prison. They have fined him. They have tried to remove his properties from him. They've gone after his wealth, his family. Did you not see the logical events that, yes, somebody was going to attempt to kill him? Everybody, in their hearts of heart, you knew this was coming. What concerns me is people that think that this was something he possibly planned. Okay, so nobody allows anyone to shoot a bullet at them that close to their head, folks. I think of it like this. Turn the other cheek. He was talking and focused this way, and he turned real quick last second, and the bullet went through the ear. Had he not turned, the bullet would have went right here, folks, right there. Of course, they're saying that it's an AR-15, and of course, the left is going to start screaming that it is an automatic rifle, which is incorrect. It is not. AR just stands for the company that made it. Okay, that's all that means, okay? It is a lightweight hunting rifle, and you have to pull the trigger to release the bullet. So it's not automatic. You can't just hold the trigger down like a machine gun. Isn't how these work. I want you to watch something real quick for me.
It was a semi-automatic rifle. Talk about the significance of that.
That's right, Kate. So one of the things that's been put out there is that this is an AR-15 style rifle. I think a lot of times people use that as a catch-all for what we are describing it as, based on 3 law enforcement officials we've spoken to, as a semi-automatic rifle. It means that it will chamber the next round automatically, and then it still needs to, the trigger still needs to be pulled in order to fire. So it's not automatic where you just pull the trigger back and round after round comes out. You have to pull the trigger each individual time that you want to fire a round, but it is high-powered. It has the capability potentially to cover that distance. It appears to have a longer barrel, perhaps, than most AR-15s, which would help with that. But bottom line, you're looking at these images. I mean, they're stunning to look at. This individual came exceptionally close to killing the former president of the United States and the Republican nominee in just several days' time. As far as the person who is responsible for this shooting, they've been identified as Thomas Matthew Crooks, born in September of 2003 from Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. You know, we've dug through the records in Pennsylvania. They have a robust court system and website. We find no criminal history, no history of any lawsuits. Sometimes, Kate, you and I have talked about this before on other...
Party of relativism, and it was only a matter of time before they would rationalise the murder of their political opponent to save democracy. And so these people are simply picking up the threads that the Democrats have been laying down for the last number of years. We're really surprised it's gotten to this point.
So what do we know about the shooter, right? His name is Matthew. He was using daddy's gun. He was 20 years old. He was a resident of Pennsylvania. He was a Republican, but had never voted in a presidential election. You know, if you're going to be 18, they have you register to vote in high school and put your affiliation. I guarantee you, mom and dad were Republicans. He was not. He had already spent his money, $15, to a very big progressive left think tank. What else do we know? We know that the federal government is saying that misinformation that Matthew was consuming may have encouraged him to go kill Donald Trump. Well, what misinformation is that? Is that the misinformation I brought you earlier today, where Biden says we need to put a bullseye on him? We need to take him out, where people were getting on their Twitter and their TikToks and telling Biden to use presidential immunity to kill him, to remove him? Is that the misinformation, or are you going to try to lay that at conservatives' feet? Now, this is getting serious, folks. Let me tell you what's fixing to happen. Freedom of speech, social media platforms are fixing to come under serious attack, okay? The next thing, your Second Amendment rights are coming for your AR, which I own. I own one. I shoot one. My daughter shoots it. They shoot 22s unless you've got it where you can shoot the other bullet. But I mean, it's like, come on, y'all. Yes, this was an inside job. Look at this picture. You're going to tell me a 20-year-old boy, all right? A boy couldn't even buy cigarettes and beer yet. It's a kid. 20 years old. 400 feet from where President Trump was standing. He shot 4 bullets before the Secret Service shot back. 1 person dead. It was a fireman trying to protect his family. God bless them. God, please comfort them. Another one in critical condition. You're going to tell me that kid took that shot? Those shots? And was that accurate? Had Trump not turned his head last second, bullet would have went right there. And tell me this kid is that accurate? Really? Now that I can get behind. That I can get behind. How did they not have exterior perimeters protected? That's their job. After they killed Kennedy, that was part of their job. Any high advantages looking down to where a president is exposed or supposed to be guarded. They saw him, they knew he was there, and they let him take the shots. I will always believe that. But do I believe that this was all orchestrated because we're all actors on the stage? No. So I found this clip about the shooter. Listen to this.
I didn't have any interaction with him, but he was like a kid that was always alone. He was always bullied every day. He was just an outcast. Yeah. I mean, he would sit alone at lunch. I mean, he was just an outcast, and you know how kids are nowadays, so they're going to see someone like that and they're going to target him because they think it's funny or whatever. So it's the best way I can describe it. And it's honestly kind of sad. Like, I don't want to say this is what provoked it, but you never know.
And you said he was a loner?
Yeah. I want to say he was a loner more because he was just
lonely, picked on, weird. It's all the adjectives just used to describe this kid. Okay? Again, it's a long shot, folks. I hunt, okay? I hunt. I shoot guns. And I'm an excellent shot within so many feet with a handgun, obviously. Get some distance. I'm a pretty darn good shot at 100 feet, 150 feet. Once you get past that, you're an avid shooter to make those shots. You practice, and you practice a lot. So, you're trying to tell me that a 20-year-old had all those skills to find a ladder to get on top of the roof, to know what roof to get on that would give him a vantage point, prepared everything that he needed, got himself, climbed the ladder, got up there, laid on the roof. Secret Service no one saw anything odd about any of that going on with thousands of people at this rally. You see what I'm saying? They knew it was going to happen. And why? This is a fight against good and evil. Okay? It really doesn't matter who's in the White House, folks. Okay? Because right now, we're in a spiritual battle for this country. All right? You've got people who want to funnel the rest of America's wealth out of here. Some of our wealth is in minerals, all right? Some of our wealth is in our water sources, in our land, in our forest, in our national parks, okay? What are they trying to do with all that? Sell them. They're trying to sell national parks, right? They put water on the stock market. They're allowing outside corporations owned by other countries to come in and buy farmland to grow alfalfa and water intensive crops and then ship it back to their home country. All right, so it's all a plan. Like I said, Trump's been indicted. They tried to put him in prison. They have fined him illegally. They have accused him of things he didn't do. They call him Hitler. Did you think they would stop at an attempt to assassinate him? Honestly, no. Because it's not about Trump. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I feel bad for Trump. He does not have to run for president, folks. The man was a millionaire in his right. He's doing it because he's truly trying to save this country. He knows what they're doing by taking everything out of the country money-wise, taking all of our natural resources. He sees it happening and he really does want to stop it. But it's bigger than that, baby. It's bigger than that. It's a battle, a spiritual battle. And if you guys haven't seen how sick people really are, you need to open your eyes. Don't get mad. Don't get mad at them. Start praying for them, because I'm seeing two things happen. I'm seeing people that don't trust anything. It's like, you can't trust anything. Everybody's an actor. Oh my gosh, this didn't really happen. It's all fake. It's fake. Somebody died. It's not fake. That, you're seeing that happening, and you're also seeing people cheer and throw parties. Guys, when they killed Martin Luther King, people cheered and had parties. They can't allow it. I told you guys, keep an eye on Biden. If he doesn't step down as a Democrat choice for president, he's next. Now, guys, I love you. But if you've been here for any period of time, you already know I'm not bowing down for likes, for money, or for people to stay on my channel. Not doing it. Not. It's not factual and provable where it will stand up in a court of law. I'm not really worried about discussing it, okay? So I hope to some of you, that's worth something. That's called integrity, folks. It's called a critical mind. BlackRock had already sunk their fingers into him, so there is a tie to BlackRock. Watch this.
He does not sit right with you, yet you cannot put your finger on as to why. Maybe this commercial right here will answer your questions. Guess who is seen in a BlackRock commercial? The same BlackRock organization who has many different theories behind them, being involved in many different events. The same individual, the same man who was accused of causing this incident at Trump's rally. What are the odds indeed?
My name is Brian DeLallo. I teach AP and Honors Economics in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Financial well-being to me is knowing that I can be free to do the things that I love to do. I hope when I retire someday, they say that guy made this place a special place to come to school and gave as much as he could to help.
Extent of Trump's injuries, but his campaign says he is fine, and he was seen walking down the stairs from his plane in Newark this morning. The FBI identifying the shooter as 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks, who was killed by a Secret Service sniper seconds after he opened fire.
So yes, that was the shooter in a BlackRock, Pennsylvania commercial ad about teachers' retirements, which I found out something I didn't know. 30% of American teachers, their retirement plans, because they don't get Social Security. They don't have their state worker. That's what I always find funny. People don't realize Social Security is for you. For you. If you're a state, local, or federal employee, you get a private retirement. Yeah, you get to actually make some money with your retirement. If I would have continued teaching in a public school system, I would have retired, and my retirement would have been about $2,800 a month, every month for the remainder of my life. Some are higher than that, depending on if you retire at 20, 25, or 30 years. You could be up to 38 or 4,000 a month in retirement. Bet you didn't know that. Yeah. So quit letting the Democrats tell you Republicans are after your retirement, dude. None of them even will ever be eligible for Social Security. All of them have private investment retirements, and BlackRock is over 30% of public school teachers' retirements in America. Who flipping knew? But yeah, that was the shooter right there in their commercial in a Pennsylvania high school. Now that tells you who at that school put it in his head. Did he stay in touch with maybe his favorite teacher when he left? Because the other kids tormented him. It was obvious. Like, nobody liked this kid. So it makes you wonder who befriended him. Who turned him into the killer? If he is the actual killer. Because I'm still like, seriously, you want me to believe he made a 400, what is that, yards, feet? I don't know. 400 something shot. Like, seriously? Seriously. Yeah, not today, Satan. Not today. I am a critical thinker. That's even too far for me. But guys, I love you guys. Please make sure you're still subscribed. If you would like to sew into our mission trip for Maui, we are going back to talk about the sovereignty of the Hawaiian people and to be there for the 1-year memorial. We will be interviewing fire victims and people who are fighting against what actually happened there, because believe it or not, that was not a wildfire. So if you'd like to do that, I'm going to link it in at top. If you send any amount, I will hook you up with our newsletter that comes out twice a month for 6 months. So but I have to make sure I have your email. So if you do it through Cash App or Give, Send, Go, please make sure I have your email. I love you guys. Don't get mad at me for speaking truth. Be thankful there's somebody out there that can't be bought.